Good morning, everyone. Christine Boland at Remax Ace here. Today, we're going to work on our scripts and our dialogues. And I find that this is the least attended training, honestly, because once I page out that it's going to be interactive, there's role playing, there's something, everybody chickens out. So everybody online, I hope you have a good excuse for not being here, but it's nice to see you all online regardless. So why are our scripts and dialogues so important? They're really important because when we're in a situation with our clients and they throw up objections to us, we need to know how to answer them. You know what I mean? A lot of times hi, good morning, how are you? A lot of times our clients will say something to us and we kind of go, and we get dumbfounded and we don't know what to say. So as silly as it sounds, practicing those scripts and dialogues is really an important daily practice that you should try. Because once you get used to the script and dialogue, you already know what to say and you can turn everything into your own verbiage and how you would say it naturally on your own, right? But for the most part, we're going to start looking at the scripts and dialogues and some normal things that come up every day when we're practicing. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is we're going to list with the same realtor. So have you ever come across somebody and they said, oh, no, I bought this house from that agent and I'm going to use that same agent to relist this property, right? So how do you combat that objection at the end of the day? So we have a regular practice when we come up with objections from our clients, and we call it repeat, approve, and then build a bridge. So you always repeat back what their objection is to them. You approve it, okay? And why do we approve their objection? Even though it's an objection, why do we approve it at the end of the day? Anybody know? So when you say no to your client, they hear negative. So you should never say no. If they say you want to reduce your commission, you never say no. You go, yes, we will discuss that. Okay. We will discuss it. You're not saying yes, you'll reduce your commission, but you have to approve what they're saying, because then they're not hearing no to their objection, and they're going to have a more gentle approach when you tell them why you are not going to do what they're asking you, right? At the end of the day. So it's a good technique to learn. Repeat, approve, and build a bridge. So you're going to see that a lot through a lot of the scripts, okay? So repeat. Okay, you're thinking about relisting with the same realtor. Approve. I understand. Thank you for sharing that with me. Build a bridge. Can I make a suggestion? Right now you feel that the same realtor is your best bet, right? Would you like to be certain? I'm merely suggesting a second opinion. Does that make sense? Can I be that second opinion? Great. Let's set up an appointment. When would be the best time for us to get together? And we always end with this. We never say, when do you want to get together, and leave it open-ended for them. We're going to give them two options, so they have to pick one. Okay. Another good practice when you're on the phone with everybody and you're trying to book an appointment. Super important. Nobody is ever going to list or buy a house with you over the phone. It's never going to happen. If you tell me that somebody called you and you said, okay, great, this is what I'm going to do for you. Great, let's list the property. And you send them the paperwork and it's done over the phone, you're lying. It's never going to happen. Real estate is a face-to-face business. So you have to remember, whenever we're doing our cold calling and our door knocking, our end goal is to sit down for an appointment with them, because we want to get them on our side and want to work with us as a realtor, right? So we never leave the question open, when would be the best time for us to get together? We always give them two options, so they have to pick one. So when would be the best time for us to get together? Monday or Tuesday? Oh, Tuesday works better for me. Great. 2 or 4 am I open? Okay, you know what? You can come by at 4. That works for me. Okay. Don't leave it open-ended for them. So now we're going to do the fun part. Does anybody want to volunteer to try to be the realtor and the agent? The realtor and the client, and give each other a little bit of a hard time with the objection and see how you guys can combat this. And we can critique it for a minute. Okay, so Bibik, do you want to be the client or the agent?
I want to be a client.
You want to be a client. So who's your agent? Sadia is your agent? Awesome. Sadia, you got voluntold. We like to say, instead of volunteered, voluntold, right? Okay, so let's practice this. You're going to ask him if he wants to list his property. And Vivek, you're going to throw up this objection for her.
I can stay here, right?
Yeah, you stay at your seats. You got the script in front of you.
I didn't pick the name, she did it. I said I would be a client. So Sadia, your questions.
Okay, so go ahead. Try to ask him if he wants to sell his house.
So am I using the same script?
Yeah, you can use the same script or in your own words, but like the same skeleton. So like I always tell people, the script is the script, and you might not speak like this. You might talk with a different tone or a different flair, but at the end of the day, the skeleton is there. This is how you're going to overcome that objection. right? So however you want to say it to him.
Hi, good morning. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I was just wondering, are you thinking to sell your house?
Actually, I have received down the listing, that's true, but I'm repeating the same age.
Okay, it's nice to hear that you are still open to sell your house, and I think it's really like comfortable for you to work with your agent that you have already been working with. But do you mind if I give you a second suggestions?
Oh, definitely,
So what we can do, we can set an appointment, sit together, and then we can discuss it. How about that?
that's great, sounds good.
So is it okay if do you have the time coming Thursday or Friday?
Actually, I'm
Afternoon?
sitting with the same age, Friday also, I'm sitting with the same age.
That's all right.
You're in a real hard time.
Okay, I appreciate that you're still you are having an appointment with your existing agent. But is there any time after that or before that that we can sit and have a talk?
Sure, I'm gonna put myself in neutral side, so I'm gonna clarify this speech a little bit. Just for us, no offense. Christian said, is there available Monday, Tuesday, or is it 2 to 4? I leave it to the client side. See, do you have any preferred date or preferred time? Then we can sit down together.
Or
So
you
I'm
can
not
ask,
giving my schedule. I try to get your schedule, your free time. So you say 10 o'clock in the morning. So, well, definitely. Which day you prefer? So I give the preference to the client.
Whatever way you do it, it's fine. That's why I say
said-
the skeleton is there, but whatever your technique is, it's fine. But the point I'm getting through is you never leave it open-ended.
Yes.
Don't be like, let's get together this week. Okay, great. Nobody's calling you back that week to get
That's
together.
what you say
You have to
that-
nail it down. You know what I mean?
That-
Yeah,
it's meeting Thursday and Friday, say, oh, what time are you teaching your real on Friday?
yeah,
You say, well, I'm meeting at 5. They say, how about 7 a week?
great. I'll come at 6:37.
6:37. Right? But you won't be the last person.
Yeah. It's a personal
Yeah. So,
Okay, I can sit down and Friday around 1 p.m. for lunch.
but the basic idea behind this objection is that you're offering them a second opinion. You're gonna say, especially like in your case, I use the instance where we bought with this agent, I want to relist with this agent. You're saying you relisted with the agent and you want to list with him again. That's an even better objection for me because I'm gonna say, oh, it sounds like you really need a second opinion. Maybe, I can give you some more insight as to why the house didn't sell the first time. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like he had more of an opportunity there where I was like chomping at the bit. I was going to be like, oh, definitely I can come and get a second opinion, give you a second opinion because you've already listed, right? So that's definitely that one way to get around that objection. So we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, very good to my role player. Okay, so will you reduce your commission? We hear this all the time, right? Will you reduce your commission? So repeat. Okay, so your question is, will I reduce the commission? Yeah, approve. Great question. I certainly hear that a lot. Build a bridge.
Right.
Can I make a suggestion? I've made a note of that question, and that'll be one of the first items I discuss with you when I see you. Okay. And so it'll work some of the time. Sometimes they'll be like, no, what is your commission on the phone, right? But if you get to see them, you say, I totally understand why you brought up the commission again. Can I share something else with you? In order for you to assess my value and make an informed decision, I need to show you my marketing plan. That way you can properly assess my value. I can't do that over the phone. I promise we'll discuss the commission in detail when I see you. When would be the best time for us to get together? Monday or Thursday, right? So again, you're trying to get in front of that person. So I always say to them, I say, when they're bugging me for the commission on the phone, no, but what do you charge? What do you charge? I always say, you know what? Absolutely. I'm going to discuss that with you. You know what? I put together a whole booklet for you. I have a comparative market analysis that I want to come and I want to discuss with you and show you about what the different sales are in your neighborhood and how we're going to market your property. So when I come and I see you, we're absolutely going to discuss everything. It's included in that booklet, right? And you guys have seen when I do the CMA that I include the commission structure in that booklet, right? Good morning. So who wants to try this one now? Will you reduce your commission? Who's going to be my client? Who's going to be my agent? Shraz, oh, he's going to be a tough client. Who's going to be the agent then? Come on, Sri.
Oh, yeah? You want me to be the client? Bring it on.
Okay,
Who is the client? Right?
You're the client?
Yeah, I don't know. You want me to be the client or the agent?
Yeah, I'm a tough client.
Yeah. 16 clients, you? You okay, no problem. Bring it on.
Okay, so will you reduce your commission? Go ahead.
Will you reduce your commission?
I hear this question a lot, and you might be getting a lot of players saying 1% commission. I would want to discuss with you in person.
Why don't you just tell me now? I don't have time to waste talking to you.
No, it's not that. I understand that, but I would like to come and show you my market plans. It's just not only the market plans. There are so many other details involved. So this would be ideal wherein I can come in, and then also it's like I can come and take a look at your house as well, and then I can suggestions on of your house and also my marketing plans and also staging.
My house is in tip-top shape. You can come and you can market it, sell it. So it's going to be an advantage for you to list my house in this neighborhood.
So I just in that case I need to break down my commission structure. Basically, it's a co-op commission is 2.5%.
Yeah.
And then
don't say it on the phone, yo.
no. Because you nailed down to me, there's no other way option for me, right?
Oh, you got that get through and continue.
So my critique right off the bat, he said reduce commission. He didn't say 1%. And you were like, yeah, I know lots of people are advertising for 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even say the ugly 1% word, honestly, because we do a session on how to get more commission, right? I always do that. Go over that, how to get more commission from your clients at the end of the day. I never list at 1%. So, and I hate saying it. So he just said reduce. Reduce is like what? Yeah, I could take off 0.25 or 0.5, right? He just said reduce. So don't put those, don't put those ideas in their head. Right?
Oh, you should go through the commission strategy too.
So my suggestion is I always try to be the least combative possible on the phone, right?
Yeah.
I always am really like amicable to the client. I always say to them, absolutely, no problem. Yes, we will. We'll totally discuss that. And I just want to get in the door and get that person because I know once I get them in front of my face and I sit them down, I can have a good chance of closing them, right? So that's your whole objection. So on the phone, you got to try to be the least combative, be very agreeable, and just set that appointment. When you're in front of them, you can hone in your skills of being a tough salesman and try and push for more commission, or not argue, but combat their objection a little bit more. But on the phone, I would say just kill them with a bit of kindness. Use this repeat, approve, build a bridge. You know what I mean? So they feel comfortable and that they invite you over for that appointment at the end of the day, right? Because the objection at the end of the day is to get into their property and to like have time to sit and have a meeting with them, right? Okay, so we have a friend in the business. So just about everybody has a realtor in the family or a friend at work that they know that's a realtor. You know what I mean? So how do we combat this at the end of the day? So we're going to repeat and say, okay, you have a friend in the business. Great. Thanks for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it. Can I share something with you that might prevent you from making a mistake? When it comes to the sale of your home, are you looking for the maximum price or are you trying to do your friend a favor? They'll probably say, I think my friend can sell it for maximum price. Okay, great. You think your friend can sell it for maximum price. Can I make a suggestion? And we're going to use that second opinion again. We're going to say, why don't you give me a second opinion? Let me give you a second opinion. If you like what I say, great. If you think your friend is still the best bet, no problem. At least you'll be sure you selected the right realtor. Does that make sense? When would be the best time for us to get together? Monday or Tuesday, right? A lot of times you'll find too, they have a cousin or, an uncle that does real estate sort of part-time. So when you get that sit down in front of them, you can kind of use that to your advantage too. You don't have to say, oh, that person's horrible. They don't, work full-time as a realtor, but you can push your strengths. You can say, I work full-time as a realtor. This is all I do, or whatever your strengths are. And especially if you research that friend has worked for them before or tried to put the listing up, right? So let's try this one. We have a friend in the business. Who's going to be my realtor now? It's like nominating everybody.
Is a GPS of here.
Okay, so you're going to be my agent, Raseelan? Yeah.
Are you selling your property?
Okay, so Santhuran, you be my agent.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to be my client? Yama? Yeah, Yama's your client, Santhuran, okay? Yama is your client.
Okay. So what is it?
So you're gonna say, hey, you want me to sell your house, and he's gonna say, no, I have a friend already, or my cousin. My cousin's a realtor or whatever.
Hi, you want to sell your house?
Yes, I want to sell my house, yeah. Well, I have a family friend, like he's helping me as well.
Okay.
Friendly face.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for sharing with me. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's great. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
No, just say it in your mind.
No, first we have to react and
Thank you very much. Thank you for the answer.
So Theron's like, yeah, it's okay. Okay, fine. You got an agent. Okay, no problem. Hey, Yama, that's great. Thank you for telling me that. I'm sure that your family friend, you really want to do him a favor and list with him, but I'd be happy to give you a second opinion. Do you mind if I come and meet with you? When are you meeting with him? Oh, I'm meeting with him on Tuesday at 5. Great. Can I come at 6? And I'll give you a second opinion and you can see if, which one you like better or who you'd like to work with, or if you still want to work with your friend, fine. Right? Because I want to come in and I want to close, right? Especially after you meet with your friend. Right? This is why it's important to be really prepared for your appointments, though, because my style is that I always go last because I know my listing appointment is good. So I want them to come with the guys who come with a sheet of paper or nothing at all or half prepared. And then I want to come with all my material and wow them. And they go, none of these guys came with this. And they sign with me at the end. I like to be the last one. Sorry, you were going to say?
Still, they're saying that, oh, I have a meeting, my friends or whatever,
Mhm.
and he still don't deny to meet me.
Well, I mean, it's tough. It's tough, but maybe I do a follow-up call. I'd say, okay, no problem. I'll check in with you once you meet with your friend, right? And maybe I'll call them again if it's a week away. I'll call them in the middle of the week and say, hey, how's it going or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Did you see? I try to find something to talk about. I'm always itching about something. Maybe a sale happened in their neighborhood. And I go, hey, I know you have that meeting coming up with your friend, but did you see that house down the street from you just sold? Like if it's a listing you really want and you're chasing, you got to invest a little time, right? Or maybe if they met with their friend, you know what I mean, and they just wouldn't meet with me, I'd call them after and say, hey, what did your friend have to say? Like, I kind of evaluated the property and, oh, he said it was 925, really? Oh, yeah, but I think you can get more because there was that, listing that sold down the street for 950. And then they're maybe like enticed to hear what I have to say because I can sell for a little bit more. I mean, don't tell garbage. If it's not true, it's not true. But you know what I mean? You've got to just watch and nurse these things. Nothing comes easy. You can't just go, hi, nice to meet you. You want to sell your house? Great. Okay, here, sign the paper. No, they want to hear what you have to say, what value you're offering them. They have to like you. They have to think you're going to sell it, right? They have to think you're going to market it. They have to like your energy, right? So not a lot of people just do you a favor and list with you because they think, oh, okay, you know what? This guy knocked on my door. I guess I'll list with him, right?
I do knock, mom opened. And she told me that my son is a agent.
Hey, so you know what? That doesn't always work. I told you, and I'm sure any of you, I've been here 3 years now. Any of you guys who have been here a while with me have heard the story, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you. But I was at the school one day, and there was a grandpa who used to pick up his kids all the time. And he was like, oh, how are you? And I have this habit where I always go, oh yeah, I'm really busy, because real estate now, summertime, and then you got to pick the kids up, and kids drive me crazy. Summer's coming up. I don't know how I'm going to entertain them, right? And he goes, oh yeah, you're a realtor, right? I mean, that's why I say that everywhere I go. And I go, yeah, yeah. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I was going to list the property with my daughter, but she kind of does it part-time. And then I asked so-and-so's, I don't know, niece, and she's coming by today. I go, oh, do you mind if I come by today and give you an opinion too? And he's like, sure, no problem. So I left school, whatever, pick up his 3 o'clock. I went home, 4 o'clock, he told me to come. I came and my CMA is ready to go. So within 5 minutes, I can print a pretty impressive report. And I brought it over and he did one of those things. He goes, whoa, I booked this appointment with that girl, that guy's niece, right? 3 days ago, and she didn't come with anything. And he goes, I just told you at the school and you brought me this. You know what I mean? And we got the listing. Right. So, you have to impress people like that. You have to be ready to go. And it doesn't matter because his daughter was part-time and, doesn't matter if it's a son, you can beat them out at the end of the day. I've actually had realtors who don't work regular on their own. He can attest to this. We've knocked on their door. And just because you knock on the door and you're door knocking and they go, I'm a realtor, you go, oh, okay, fine. You go, oh, that's great, not a problem. But I saw you had your house up for sale and it wasn't. Yeah, I'm really busy. I actually have a full-time job. And I go, do you want me to list it for you? We'll help you list it. We don't mind sharing with you, right? Something is better than nothing at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter if their daughter or their son's a realtor, if they're a realtor themselves, because I think what's the stat that 4% of us on the board are actually active, right? So if you're an active agent, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're going to beat out all those other agents who aren't active, right? Okay, so this is one of my favorite objections. So the other realtors said they would charge less. Okay, so this is why I say the other one was more like, do you want to reduce your commission? This wasn't asking about directly other people. So this is combating those 1%ers, really. Okay, so repeat. The other realtor said they would charge less. Is that correct? Approve. Yes, that's really good point. And thanks for mentioning that. Can I tell you why that makes me concerned? If the other realtor is willing to sacrifice their money so quickly, I'm a little concerned how they will treat the equity, your equity at the offering table. Or I usually say this other one, if the other agent cannot defend their own worth, how hard do you think they'll fight for the worth of your property? And people kind of go, huh, they don't hear that often. They're just thinking about the commission at the end of the day. So if the other guy can't defend his own worth, he can't defend his own commission, what's he gonna do with your money, your money coming out of your pocket, your equity at your property? Does he care if he doesn't care about what he's putting in his own pocket? Right? It's something to think about at the end of the day. If those realtors who are fighting for their commission and saying, no, I'm a good value and I know I can sell it for top dollar and I know I can make you more money, like why are you worried about the little extra commission you're giving me? Right? So this is definitely a good one. So who wants to be the agent on this one and the realtor and the client on this one?
Manish.
Dinesh. Dinesh can be the agent and then
Manish.
Tuba, you want to be his client?
New clients.
New client,
New client, new client.
new fresh client, kill the client.
Yeah.
Tough client you have.
நீங்க தான் கஷ்டம்.
You gotta say.
It's mostly agent.
It's mostly AJ, yeah.
So the other agent said they would charge less. Is that correct?
So other agent, other realtor say they would charge less.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, can I tell you why they make why you that make me concerned?
Sure. What would you?
The realtor willing to
Sacrifice.
find their money too quickly, so I'm a little concerned that how they will pay you quickly like
Actually, he's one of the participants, so he's just doing me a favor.
No, okay.
Are you concerned that?
So I would jump in here, honestly, like I just dealt with so many objections. I'd say, oh, that's great. He's your family friend. But, I know that I'm defending my commission because of all the marketing I do, the staging, the pictures, the virtual tours, the photography, the drone, whatever I'm including in for the sale of her home. And I'd go, is your cousin just listing the property and throwing up an MLS, or are they providing those services as well at a reduced commission? Probably not. Cousin's not staging $3,000 at 1% commission, right? Yeah. So you got to push the value at the end of the day.
You're gonna do for
Free listing.
Free listing. I wish.
the picking house.
Yeah.
What you have to do is you have to push the value at the end of the day. You have to show what the value is that you're bringing to the table for that listing, right? Doesn't matter. I don't care. You can't. A lot of people give up when you hear, oh, my cousin, my brother, my uncle is a realtor. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Why? Why are they doing you a favor? Most of the time, that is the cousin who does IT but real estate on the side. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're there and you're showing some worth and you're a full-time realtor, but absolutely, I would argue with them.
The rejection, right?
Yeah.
Rejections are not about talking to them or arguing with them. The rejection is that the guy who is open the door, the client or whoever it is, they don't have enough time for us in front of the door. Just
Yeah.
close the door on on the face, right? That's
Yeah.
the issue, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We have like let's say some bell guy coming and knocking at the door.
Yeah.
They don't even open it. Right?
Yeah. How many times do we get, hey, I got a lead generation company, we hang up the phone halfway through, like, hi, do you want your ducks clean? Those people don't have the pizzazz to keep you on the phone, right? The whole point of this is to keep them on the phone or to not have the door slammed in your face. So you get to that point of a meeting, because once they've decided to meet with you, they already know they like you, right? They already have an idea that, okay, why would I agree to meet with somebody that I didn't like and I knew I wasn't absolutely not going to use? So they're contemplating on using your services if they've agreed to meet with you, right? So it's just a nice way to get into that meeting. Yes.
So, sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So just in case,
Yeah.
if door knocking and having this kind of any one of this conversation, and they want to say, "Oh, come on in," then
Yeah.
what to do?
I would come on in. If you're a realtor, if you, I was just gonna say, if you're a realtor and you're not, okay, CMA is a little different, but you can do it very quickly on your computer. And I'll show you guys, like was doing realm training last week. I was showing you guys how to look at sold statistics and stuff like that. There's a lot of things at our fingertips. You should always at least have your phone realm downloaded on your phone so you can look up a few things. But if you're a agent who's traveling without blank paperwork in your car or in your bag while you're door knocking, you're gonna lose a listing at some point in your career. Because I know I was doing this training with my last office, and I tell you, I was like laughing. And I sat down with a guy who was really nervous for his first listing appointment, right? And I was like sitting down, and we got it. The guy was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll sign." And he was like looking, and the guy didn't bring any paperwork with him. And I thought, oh my God, okay, I didn't know this was something I had to tell him. I said, 1 second. I ran to my car, grabbed my blank paperwork, and brought it in. And I was like, here, no problem. This is before Authentisign days, right? And we had him sign right then and there. The problem is when you walk away, there is another realtor trying to hound down that same sale with paperwork that they might sign right then and there by the time you come back in an hour or two or the next day. Okay. So always walk with blank paperwork. And as far as comparables, if they want to come in and they're that anxious, you don't have to use the comparables as much to sell them, right? We're using our CMA as a tool to sell them, list with us because we know the neighborhood. But if they're like, yeah, come in. Oh yeah, I'd love to list with you. Or they're asking questions like they'd like to list. They probably already have like an idea of what the neighborhood's selling for. You know what I mean? And they don't need that information from you. They need to be sold from you. Yeah. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
How do this people making like this just the truth, like say like list your property for 1,000?
1%, yeah.
Listing and 1%.
So
That's what.
here, this is a good time that we can stop and just look at the commission real quick. I have a commission slide that I use on the regular.
No, this is the technique.
It's a technique.
400,000. No, that is a star is there listed, so you don't know that is just attract the people to call it.
Okay.
This is like you put a sale price saying that star, then when you really call them, they're gonna give you more information.
No, I called them. It's say for 100,000 for 999.
So okay.
100,000, every 100,000. So everybody has some kind of trick.
1%, but slowly, it's not that telling it correctly. For 100,000, 999.
That is the thing.
Everybody has some kind of trick that they use. So like you saying, sit there and saying that he called somebody who's listing. I don't know. Sorry if you guys are catching it online. They were saying that he called some person that listed and said, "I'll list for $1,000." And what was the catch? I went sat there and said when he called, it was $1,000 for every 100,000.
Yeah.
Right. So that was sort of the catch.
999 for 500,000. No problem.
So there you go.
Give less.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up the slide real quick since we're all talking a lot about commission and objection handling. So this is something I include in my listing presentation because I use it to combat that. Will you list for 1%? Okay. I always go, absolutely. Let me just go over with you what we're gonna do here. So the listing total is 5%. So you see 5%, and I always put 5% on my contract. Even if I'm intending on giving them a discount, it's my family, it's my aunts. I put 5% so I can cross it out. Put it so people feel like they're getting a good discount when you do that, right? Don't automatically put 3.5 or 4.5 on your paperwork, right? So I go see this 5% here on the listing paperwork. 2.5 of it goes to the co-op. Now we can't mess with that side because that's going to affect who shows your property. And I want your property to be shown because that's what's going to push up the value, right? So 2.5 goes to the co-op. We're not going to mess with that side. So now we come to this 2.5 on the listing side of the commission. Okay. I split 1.25 and 1.25 with my brokerage. I know we don't, okay? The public doesn't generally know that. It's your sales tactic because they don't know, they don't understand necessarily what our splits are, you know what I mean? Commission splits with the brokerage. So I give my broker 1.25. So from my 1.25, I will take 2.25 off and I'll list for 1%, just like the other guy. Now, do I mean what the other guy probably is? No, the other guy's saying 3.5 at the end of the day. But when I take my 0.25 off, I'm listing for 4.75, right? And I say, yeah, I'll do 1%, no problem. And they go, okay. And they sign the paperwork.
That is good.
Right? you have to, what are we working? You know what I mean? Like I always say to Shiraz when I see these signs, like $1,000 signs, I get so mad in the car because I go, nobody does this in any other career. No doctor walks in and says, to the hospital, I'll work less than that surgeon, hire me, right? I don't know why we're doing it. We pay so much in our dues and fees for TREB, RICO, our gas, our time, our marketing. Why? Why are we reducing our commission so easily, right? So fight for this, use this model, and hopefully it'll help you get more at the end of the day, right? Let me go back to my scripts and dialogues here. We make it for time, 11:06. Okay, so for sale by owner, just bring a buyer and we'll pay you 3%. Okay, so have you guys had any experience calling for sale by owners? Okay, you guys should be calling for sale by owners. Why? Because they're not a cold call. You already know they want to sell their house. So when you drive by and you see a for sale by owner on the lawn, you should be the most excited. You're going to go, I don't have to call 100 people to find out that one in the haystack that wants to sell a house. I already know they want to sell their house. They got a sign in the lawn. They're trying to sell it by themselves, right? And the misnomer is that the public thinks that our job is really easy, and we all know it isn't, because we wouldn't be so stressed out if it wasn't, right? So you're going to call that person, because even if they've probably been up for about a week, by the time you catch the sign, they're tired already of all the phone calls and all the people coming through the house and all the stuff that they have to deal with. So they're a really easy target. So be sure that every time you drive by a for sale sign or for sale by owner sign, you take a picture, you write down the number, something, and you call them right away. Okay. And how are you going to close them? Okay. Because they're going to have 1,000 realtors calling them. How are you going to close them at the end of the day? So for sale by owners, very often, if you call them, they'll say, oh no, I don't want to pay a listing commission, but if you bring me a buyer, I'll give you 3%. Okay. So they say, okay, if I bring you a buyer, you'll give me 3%. Is that correct? Right? Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Can I make a suggestion? I would love to be in a position to speak intelligently to my buyers about your property, because you're telling me I want to bring a buyer, but I don't know what your house looks like, right? So can I come and visit the property? When would be the best time for me to come? Monday or Tuesday, okay? When I see you, my presentation only takes about 15 minutes. If it makes sense to you, great. If no problem, I'll see you. Oh, sorry. If not, no problem. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. So this is a good script to use to get into the door, okay? When you're in the door, very often they say, okay, go ahead, look. Okay, and then you give them their presentation. They say, no, I still don't want to list. I still don't want to list. I don't want to pay the listing commission. So I often say to them, I say, I understand you want to pay me 3% if I bring you a buyer, but I'm a little confused. Why would you pay the co-op agent more money than they usually make? Our industry standard is 2.5. You're now offering to pay me as a co-op agent 3%, but you don't have anyone to represent you and to look after your best interest in this transaction. And usually this is the biggest transaction you'll make in your life. So you're paying someone to be represented and you're not investing in yourself. You're not paying for representation on the selling side, right? You got to think about that. It's pretty silly the way these people think. They think they're saving a few thousand in commission, but they're not used to the legalese in their contracts. They're not used to reading the clauses like we are on a regular daily basis. So when you're not representing yourself, how do you know? Because most of the time those buyers are coming represented, right? It's very rare that private to private happens, right? So when you have that agent coming, that buyer coming, sorry, that has an agent representing them, and the seller goes up unrepresented, I go, how do you know you're being protected? How do you know? Or do you know how you're comfortable reading all the clauses and dealing and negotiating that contract? Why don't you invest in yourself a little bit more? Pay me. This is where I might take a 1% if they're dead set against it. Throw in 0.5 more. We can go 3.5 and you'll be represented and I'll do the listing for you, right? A lot of people don't realize that because they're just so focused on the few thousand that they're saving. They don't realize they could be, tens of $1,000s in a mistake if they make a mistake in that contract, right? So definitely a good script to use with the for sale by owners. Who wants to try? Everybody's had a turn already. Farouk, I don't think you had a turn yet. Okay, you want to be the client and then Shiraz can be the agent. I'll give you the easy part. Okay. So Shiraz, try and sell to him.
Okay. So if I bring a buyer, you pay 3%, is that correct? Correct. Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Yeah, can I make a suggestion? Yeah. I would love to be in a position to speak intelligently to my buyers about the topic. So when would be the best time for me to come and cover this? Monday or Tuesday?
See all of it, I think. Yeah, Tuesday would be better.
Tuesday, 2 or 4?
Sure.
Okay, when I see you, at your, one of the other cities, right? Won't take too long. My presentation is going to be about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And, yeah, let's see if that makes sense for you. Look forward to seeing you.
Sure. But
Very good.
why not you bring the client in instead of your listing out for the videos? It's not be better. I pay you 3% commission.
So we get asked that a lot too. If I want to come and I say, hey, I want to come in the door, I'm just repeating so people online can hear. So Farouk was saying, you know, okay, my way to get in the door is I say I want to come look at the house, speak intelligently about your house, and I know what buyer it appeals to. And Farouk goes, well, why don't you just bring your buyer with you?
So I am going to imagine that I'm already in the house. I've looked at it. He's telling me 3%,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're paying 3% for me to bring a buyer.
Yeah.
Okay, I can
Bring the buyer.
Let him finish the script and we'll go back to it.
I can bring the buyer, no problem. Right? But I'm going to be representing the buyer client. Who's going to represent you? Who's going
Well,
to do the work
I
for
think
you?
I'm good at what to represent myself.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. You know, you're thinking of saving a few dollars, right? But if you put it,
Well, at the end of the day, it's money and it's not a little
of
bit.
course,
I'm trying to be very strong with you.
That's good. That's good. So that's good. He was one.
You have a sign on the law. How many people see this sign?
Or quite a few.
Quite a few, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1,000, 2,000,
Maybe,
maybe
yeah.
5,000.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Mhm.
But they're gonna come and lowball you and, you know, squeeze your hand and take it for a good price.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a well-known realtor. I work full-time. You know, this is my bread and butter, right? You're paying 3%, give me 3.5. I'll list it on MLS where 65,000 agents can see.
Exactly.
I'll give you the best of the best price.
I'm just going to repeat again so you guys online, because I don't know how well you guys can hear online. So Shiraz commented a very good, another for sale by owner thing that we like to say in our listing appointments. Farouk was saying, oh, you know, I have my sign in my lawn, and Shiraz says, how many people are seeing it? Maybe 1,000. Well, give it to me because I'm going to load it on MLS system. 65,000 realtors are going to see it. Every realtor has a couple of buyers. That's a lot more than seeing your sign. You're just getting the drive-by traffic right now. If you want to maximize your price, you got to show it to the more people you show it to, that's how you're going to max out your price, because there'll be more interest in the property, right? So really good objection handling. I'm just going to go and I'm going to try to breeze through the last couple because I don't want to run out of time. And we do have a guy here just wants to talk to us about 10 minutes about chatbot. Have you guys heard about chatbot?
ChatGPT.
No, chatbot. He visited the office today and I told him I'd give him the last like 5-10 minutes.
Robot system wherein
Something like that. I don't know.
like when you go log into Costco or
Yeah.
RBC Bank
Yeah.
or a Pedo mobile entity,
Yeah.
automatically the robot will come in.
Will pop up on your website or
This
something.
is an interactive voice recognition
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Now there is a keyword, like you enter a keyword saying selling or buying, then it will get into the loop. Like
AI. Yeah. So have you guys been watching, total side note, because I have a couple more scripts to finish, but have you guys been looking into your KV Core and how much it's actually chatting? Okay, so it's crazy. It does a lot of AI. You got to watch what you put in there. It's chatting with your clients, right? You have to actually turn it off if you want it not to. When I was training you the other day, I'm still getting messages from you. And I know it's not you. I know it's the AI in KV Core, right?
Oh.
So yeah, definitely really cool stuff. And we have to harness that tool and use it for our clients, right? So we got to get in the habit. Anyways, we're going to keep it off the market for a while. This is one of I think I have 3 more objections. I'm just going to go through them so you guys get an idea and we'll practice them more in another session. So you're going to keep it off the market for a while. Is that correct? Great. Thanks for sharing. Do you mind if I ask you a question? If you had an offer for your home in the next 30 days for the right price and the right closing date, would you consider it? If you would give me 15 minutes of your time, I'll let you know if I could do that. Okay. So what I'm trying to sense is their motivation. Like, are they just throwing it on the market to kind of test it? They didn't sell it. They keep it off. And then they say, yeah, we're going to keep it off the market for a little while. Okay. I'm going to tell you 99% of your clients out there are liars, because then you're going to come next week and, you know, the neighborhood realtor sign is going to be on the lawn and you're going to go, what? I asked them and they said, no, I was going to keep it off the market. So you want to send through motivation. I say, well, if I brought you an offer today and it was for the price you wanted, would you sell it? Oh yeah, I'd sell it because, I have to, I just switched jobs. I have to move to Brampton by September. Okay, then let me sell it. Let me put it up for you and try it. And then push what marketing you're going to do. So a lot of times don't listen to, we're going to keep it off the market for a while. Okay, no problem. And hang up the phone. Ask them, if you got an offer today, would you take it? If you got an offer, you want $950. If I brought you an offer for $950 closing in a month, would you take it? Right? Okay, just listed script. Okay, this is one of,
For a second.
yeah.
I'd like to share something. This
Sure.
that looks, in 2018, right before that, when federal government, provincial and municipality have sitting together
Yeah,
to control the Toronto market because the market wave is going, they're gonna pass that BC market, like Vancouver. So they have been sit down and they reduce the commission for it by a tax implement, a lot of things we implement, right?
yeah,
So that time, I bought a double lot privately, and then this Filipino family wants to downgrade to go to the condo.
right.
A few houses next over on the same street, friend of mine, he wants to sell his condo, so it's match things, right? So I can take the Filipino people there. But he doesn't want to put it on MLS listing because of the commission issues.
Right.
You need to pay the listing and operating. So I tried twice. This Filipino family went in there, they loved it, in the penthouse, 22nd floor, 68 range, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So they went there, they loved it. The evening they said, well, it's too high. She doesn't feel comfortable. Then I said, well, second floor and 22nd floor, it's the same thing in Arizona.
Mhm.
If anything happened accidentally, doesn't matter which floor are you in. So they're shaky, they go wrong. Then I went to Victor Santiago, like the Sanchuchura affiliate program, right? Sanchuchura affiliate, you know him, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I approached him, I said, you live in Aurora, are you thinking to buy something in Scarborough location? Where did you get this and so on, for instance?
Right.
From your office. So he didn't get this because market is gonna be controlled by the city. Then I went sit down with the buyer condo seller.
Mhm.
I said, tell me, commission is a big factor to you. $1, $10,000 or $100,000.
Mhm.
What is your money? You happy to take it with you in your pocket?
Right.
And seriously speaking, he said 345 is target.
Yeah.
And
Very
I
smart.
I sold it 638.
Very smart. So that's another way too, is a lot of times when we calculate, our clients just automatically think, oh, I don't want to pay commission. It's gonna be thousands of dollars. Okay, well, what is it that you want to walk away from? Sometimes sitting and doing a simple calculation. What's your current mortgage? What do we think we sell it at? What are your other debts and things? Here's what the commission would be if I sold it for this much. This is how much you're gonna walk away from. And they go, oh, okay. It makes sense to them at the end of the day if it's a number they're comfortable with, right? Okay, last two real quick here. Just listed script, one of my favorite scripts to use. Use it, even if you don't have a listing currently, like for newer agents, like you are allowed to use whatever is within our brokerage without permission, right? So when you go outside of the brokerage, say you have a little area that you want to get business out of. If you have another agent, you have to get written permission from them. But if one of our agents here, I don't know if you know how to look up in the system yet, or anybody else who's newer, how to look up our brokerage listings. I can show you guys. If we have a listing there, you can use it. Okay, so you're going to say, hi, my name's Christine. I'm from Remax Ace. How are you doing today? The reason for my call is we just listed your neighbor's property at 123 Main Street. Most of the time people go, I don't want to sell my house. And you go, no, wait. I don't want to sell your house. And they go, huh? What? Yeah, no, I was like wondering if you know any buyers that want to move into the neighborhood. 6 degrees of separation, maybe a neighbor or a friend, family member that wants to get into this neighborhood. I go, think of it as a pick your own neighbor program. And they usually chuckle and laugh. Now they haven't hung up on me because they have so many realtors that call them and go, hi, you want to sell your house? How you want duct cleaning? How you want, all the calls that you're fed up. You have to be a little different. Now that I've kept them on the phone, they'll say, oh, no, I don't think so. Or sometimes I might say, oh, Miss Smith's son just got married. They're living in the basement. Maybe you go knock on 68 and go, oh, okay. You might get a hot tip, you might not, but you didn't get hung up on. So now that you're on the phone with them, you're going to turn around and say, no problem. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. But, are you in the market? Are you looking to sell your house? They might say, call me back and let me know what that property sold for. Or they might say, no, I'm not leaving here. I've lived here for 40 years. I'm not planning on going anywhere. Great. But they didn't hang up the phone at the end of the day. And you can call back and you can door knock. And that's good to do in your farm area, not to make those enemies, right? Okay, so good just listed and just sold, very similar. So this is my last one I'm going to go over. Same thing. Hi, Christine, calling from Remax Ace. How are you doing? The reason for my call is we just sold the property down the street, whether it's your listing or not. And we just sold the property down the street and we had a lot of buyers that weren't able to get that property. So I'm wondering if you're looking to sell your house because we have buyers still actively looking to purchase in this neighborhood. Right? So again, a little different from, hey, you want to sell your house? Hey, you want to sell your house, right? So the reason why we're going over scripts and dialogues is because spring is listing season. I know last year and even the year before have been really weird years for us. Normally spring is the highest market where we're feasting as realtors. Then June, July, July, August, we kind of go dead, right? And then we get a bit of a spring, fall market happening, which we get a little peak again. That's sort of our next peak. But the way the market has been this year has been crazy, right? We didn't get that real big spike in March, April, May. But I don't know. We're watching the interest rates now with the announcements tomorrow, right? June 5th. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll like stir up our market a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little more interest from our buyers, which I don't really understand because the prices will go up. But maybe our sellers will want to sell because they feel they can get more if the interest rates go down. Be cold calling, be door knocking, be calling all the people in your center of influence, your past clients, and seeing how they're doing and checking in after tomorrow's announcement and sort of like get things going. That's why I wanted to do this topic today before the announcement tomorrow. So door knock call this week and let me know if you need any help with any objection handling. I don't mind if you guys call me or text me and say, hey, I'm having a really hard time with this client. I can't get them to say yes because they're saying no because of XYZ, and we can talk about how we can handle that objection. All right. Do you want to get Ashok real quick so he has a moment to talk to them? And then anybody online have any questions? Are you guys doing okay online there? Hello, how are you? So I told Ashok I would give him the last 10 minutes or so of the training. He's just coming to talk to us about chatbot.
Yes.
Okay, so welcome to our office. Welcome to Remax Ace. If you stand here, then the people online can see you and you'll get recorded as well. And then I can send the video to our office later. So welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. 1 second. Can I get this?
You wanna?
Do you want to hook up to the USB? But then it won't be on the Zoom.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay.
Do you have a PDF where you can send it to him?
It will be on the Zoom because they have their face to the screen anyways.
Okay, so how do I share the screen?
You have to hook them up, Shiraz.
Can I?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the people online can see the screen
Yeah.
through them, right? Do you know what I mean? Because it's pointed towards the screen. Watch, we'll do it like this.
Okay. Yeah. got it.
And yeah, so he can see that they can see the screen behind him.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
I think so. It's just the same way I do everywhere.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Perfect.
Okay, Mike.
I know, we're using your page. He's even
No,
here
I just
today.
typed best agent.
Oh,
Google gave your name. Really, it's being honest. So, hi everyone, this is Ashok. I run a company called Agent iChat. And what we do is we build chatbots that can help you to get more leads out of your website. And I'm going to show how you can get with a simple plugin to either your KV4 websites or any website that you want. So this is like Sri's website that we see here. But before getting into that, I would like to share a few things about how websites work. So let me take you to a little presentation here. So, okay, Rogers, I guess. Okay, there's no surprise. The pricing is transparent anyways. So let me show you few things about the website setup. So how typical website is set up for lead gen? So if you take any websites, right? So there is this contact me page form, which is usually hidden or on the header section. But what you need to change is, so there are few things. So when the visitor comes to your website, right? So the attention span is very less, probably less than 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So that's where you need to grab their information right away. And the way your KV Core websites and other websites are set up is not user friendly. And I can show you exactly what it does. So here we are on Sri's website. Let's say if someone saw your listing board and went onto your website, then they have to go to this contact me page, and then they have to fill out the information. Other than if they're looking out for any other listing, that's a different thing, but that's how the typical contact me page is set up. But you might be wondering, okay, I don't spend on leads, I don't spend on any ad budget, how am I going to get any traffic, right? So that's a common question for any website. So, but there are two other things that we need to, take in consideration before thinking that. So like I said, typical website setup for lead gen, so landing page and force registration. I guess KV Code doesn't ask the user information intentionally. So unless they want to give, they can give it. But most of the other companies like Agent Locator, Web4 Realty, Incom, what they do is if they want to see more listing information, they'll ask your email or they'll ask your phone number. So that's where users will give spam email and spam phone number. So just to see that listing details, right? So end of the day, when you check your email, then there is no contact information. So that's called forced registration, and that's not a good practice in any websites, right? So, and here I have a suggestion for all of you. So phone number, have it on header. So what I mean by that, okay, so your contact me page is broken, Sri. So you need to fix that.
Very much.
Okay, so
We don't run as Remax sets it up, so
okay, fair enough. So
you should just be like, hey.
yeah, but if you have another website or any website, have your phone number on the header section. So this will allow the user to give a call directly rather than searching for your phone number, which usually is on the footer, like this, right? So if you have a user with less attention span, then this is a good way, a good practice to get more out of your website, right? So that's basic setup. So let's talk about paid leads. So you all know there are Google leads where you spend money, you get clicks, you get leads, and then there is YouTube leads for videos or click to action buttons, and then you get leads. And finally, Facebook and Insta. So all these are paid leads which you are aware. But there is second thing, which is the organic. So what I mean by organic is you don't spend money directly, but you get exposure. Maybe your website get exposure, your Facebook business page get exposure. So these are all the organic lead gen sources. So first one is for sale listings boards, and then business cards, flyers, billboards, and your realtor.ca page. So let's quickly get into one by one. So if you notice, I've kept this on bold letters, which is for sale listing boards, meaning if every time you have a property for sale, I guess most of you display your website on that listing board. If not, if you have a website, start displaying, because let's say if someone is just walking past by that listing, and the moment they saw that listing, they don't think about Zolo or housing or something else. So they saw your name, they saw your website. If they have a real estate need, they'll get into the website. So that's where you have the visitor coming into your website, but having a contact me page or phone number doesn't work out all the time, right? It's not that you have to have something from our company to get that lead, but having a small plugin can make so much difference. And business cards you share wherever, maybe in a grocery store, your mortgage, your referral network, if that has a website, most of us, right? If we are going to a restaurant, we check online reviews. So if they're checking your online presence and landing onto your website, then you get the lead. So you're not spending for ad budget, but you are getting actually the organic traffic. And same goes with billboards and buses. Realtor.ca, if you have a Realtor, I think most of you have Realtor.ca page. Then there is this website section. If you haven't updated there, please do, because that also diverts some traffic. This is not on a monthly basis, but if you look out for a year, so you might get few visitors from the Realtor.ca page. So please make sure your website is up and running on every section on the business page, Google business page, and Realtor.ca page. So any questions till now before we get into that sales pitch from my side? So, okay. So the problem, we just discussed about the problem, right? So which is hidden contact forms, like most of the websites are built, and lack of user-friendly tool, and no instant response. So what I mean by no instant response, let's say if a buyer lands onto your website, is looking for a certain property. So he filled out that form, and you receive through the email. Let's say if you are on a listing presentation or something, you're not being alerted. At the end of the day, when you check and respond back to them, the lead is already gone. Unless it's a referral lead, you don't have that authority on that lead. So that's where you need to have an instant response system, either through an AI or yourself. So that's what we provide. So the solution for this simple problem is providing an easy to interact solution and instant response. So Agent iChat is the product that I mentioned, and we have all these things which I'm going to show in a quick second. So let's say if someone enters into your Remax Ace website, so your website has been using, I mean, your brokerage have been using a product for some time now. I hope there is some traffic into your website. So the moment they enter, right? So even though the hidden page is here, once the page loads fully, then our chatbot will automatically welcome and ask what they're looking for. So you can see without even clicking that, you can see all the options here. So this is not the interface, I think, because of Zoom, it got concise, but you have a good, you'll get a good design when it's on a good screen. So it gives them options like buy, sell, rent, other, pre-construction, home evaluation. So the moment the users see these options, so now they know what exactly they are looking for, and you're providing them with that option. So this is one of our client who is also getting good leads out of it. But I'm going to quickly show how it works actually, right? So this is also their website. So you can customize, like as a brokerage, you can customize the options within the chatbot. But let's see how the actual thing works. So now that, yeah, Christina, one of you can handle it. Just for the lead part. Okay. Yeah. So let's say if a buyer lead is here, right? So the very first thing we does is to qualify them by asking this question. So did you sign an agreement with another agent? If they say yes, so we'll disqualify. So what we'll do is we send them politely, please ask your agent to contact us. Well, this option, I mean, this question is optional. You don't have to have it if you think if you're scaring your visitors, but most of them who has good traffic likes to keep it. So you can have that as an option, but it helps you to get rid of that unqualified leads. So once they see this, so that lead is disqualified. It's not been added to your database.
Quick
Sorry.
question. Sometimes they'll say, no, but I still want you to show me a property. Like maybe they worked with it, but they haven't signed something.
In that case, we can customize
Yeah,
the flow, right?
customize something where
Yeah,
you still want us to.
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
Go on.
Because the lead is disqualified, right? So
So is the call would be connected after a few questions?
yes, just a couple of questions. So the first question is this: let's say if they are not signed with an agent, then we ask their basic information, right? Let's say if I'm on your website,
The call flow goes like that.
yes. So we get the information first, because even if they are, if you are busy, we will send you the information so that you can reach out to them. So we ask their name, phone, and if you see, we address with their first name, because that's the personalization thing we do, and the phone number here. So after collecting this basic information, we send you an alert immediately. So that will be sent to your email. Yeah, you got the text, right?
Yeah.
So can you please click on the link?
Yeah.
And you can just type hi or something. We can all see here in the screen. So basically, we alert you immediately with that basic information, because this helps. So it says like you have a buyer lead from your agent iChat, and all you say is their name, phone, email, and and there is this big blue button to chat live with them. So you receive the same SMS as well, and I think Yeah. You just gave a hi, we will reply. Hey. So did you receive? Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the live chat part of it. Someone lands onto your website, the bot welcomes them, qualifies them, send you the information. So this is how the live chat part work. So do you guys have any questions? I am worried about the Zoom session, but anyone with questions can text me after the call. I should be able to answer them for you. So this is the live chat. There is another part, which is the AI response. So if you have any questions, we'll wait for it, and not, then we can move forward.
So that based on the video.
So SMS is sent through Twilio, but you won't have to get another Twilio account. So we covered that part. But yeah, email is just whatever the email that you give, you receive that. Yes. So then we'll look up for the other thing. So let's say if a seller is on your website, right? So we goes with the same flow. So name, phone, and email. And what I would like to show this time is the AI response. Let's say if you're busy. Let's say if you're busy and you don't have time to respond, you still get an alert saying you have another lead. So it says you have a seller lead. But let's say if you have, if you are on another appointment, if you can respond, the good thing is you don't have to send a signal. I think in Messenger and everything, if they're on your Facebook page, then you have to send a signal saying, okay, I'm busy or something, I can call you. But here there is preset responses built for each flow for buyer, seller, and rental, and pre-construction as well, so that they can be served for what they're looking. So meaning, I think you have received another SMS if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but if you don't respond to it, then there is this follow-up question being asked. Okay, what type of property are you looking for? Residential or commercial? Let's see residential flow, because commercial has its own flow. What style? Detached. And then we go with which city? Let's say Ajax. And then it gives them the option to, actually select the address without even filling. We're just typing something here, the demo. And it asks basic questions like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, when they want to sell. So all these questions will be asked. And so you might be thinking this is taking too long, but as I'm explaining this to you, you think it's too long, but the whole conversation within the chat will take less than a minute for a lead to generate. So this is, I guess, been sent to you again as a complete lead. So in the inbox, you see now you have a residential seller lead with all the basic information. So name, phone, email, property style, and everything. So this is how you get a complete lead whenever you're busy too. And finally, then you also have a dashboard where you can see all your leads. And also the data is being stored, like all the chats that we do, everything is also here. So this is the dashboard where you can log in through our website. So this is confidential, only you will have the access from this login page. And you can see all the leads here and where they're from, the lead location and everything. So you can also, yeah.
This is like your database when we have
Yes.
subscription with you. Then
Yes.
So this is not tied up with KV Core.
No, at the moment, no, but you can also integrate this with KV Core. If you come up as a brokerage, because we have integration with Follow Boss, Lion Desk, Moxie, and KV Core is also one of the partners. We do them. So this is, so then what happens is whatever the lead that is generated through your website will directly go to your KV Core. So right now the setup is with this following CRMs.
CRM guys.
Yes. Yeah. So we have even more CRMs if you want to choose. These are all our CRM partners listed on our website. So KV Core is also there.
KV Core is there.
Yeah.
Community is there.
Yeah. So we have all major real estate CRM providers as our partners. So that's how the lead will be stored and sent to your current CRM. And finally, there is this chatbot section where you can activate what kind of chatbot you want. Let's say if you have a pre-construction page, you can activate it and it asks questions accordingly. And you can customize the bot, you can give the name, whatever you want. You can change the picture, change the color to match your website. And you can also change the welcome message where you can customize as per your value proposition. So these are all the basic things within the dashboard. It's a simple plugin that can make a big difference to your website. And yeah, we'll get into the pricing. If you have any questions, then I would like to answer them. Done? Okay, fair enough. So the pricing is right here. Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry. So there are two packages, right? So this is the brokerage one and the agent one. So the agent one is $60 per month and $250 setup fee. That's paid monthly. But if it is paid annually, $50 and $250 setup fee. So this is through the website. But as your brokerage is a partner with us, so as you have already seen in the beginnings, it's just like flat $150 a year, no setup. So that's for the chatbot, and we don't charge per lead. So no matter how many leads you get, it's a flat fee. And if you try it for 12 months and if you don't see any results, you can keep it for free for the next year. So we don't charge you any money, because I think the ROI will be huge, because you're spending $150 a year. And even if you get 1 or 2 leads out of the whole subscription contract, you'll see at least 10 to 15 times return just on the rental lead. If it's a buyer or seller, you know the math. Yeah, so that's pretty much about the product. Let me know if you have any questions. So this is my,
when we sign up, how many days will take you?
it's just 1 day. So once you sign up, the way you sign up is you have this installation part, you'll get your own script. So this will send you a recording how to do it on your Heavy Core website, where you can put it on a particular field and it will be up and running the very next, the next second. But for Incom and other website providers, if you have other website providers, then they would be able to do it for you for free. So you just have to send this script directly from your dashboard. So that's how it works. So here's my contact information. I'll share a registration form with Christine, and she should be able to send it to you whenever you have time. And then we'll send a unique link where you don't get charged for the actual pricing, but you'll be getting a special pricing under the brokerage. Yeah. So I'll wait for some time if you have any questions. So yeah.
She has them anybody in the Zoom.
Yeah, I know. They're quiet there though.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They can hear you, so they can talk.
No problem.
Does anybody online have any questions about the chat bot? You guys all good? Well, I'll send it out anyways, with your information and the link and everything, and so the rest of our office can view this video as
No,
well.
so I'll also share this presentation with you so that you can send it.
Awesome, perfect, that'll be good. Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem, thank you so much for coming out and chatting with us.
No problem. Thanks, Christian. So I'll send that link
Sure.
shortly later today, then and we'll take it from there.
Absolutely, that sounds good.
Thanks. Nice meeting you.
Yes, very nice meeting you. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. All right, everyone online, I'm gonna say goodbye. Call me or text me if you need me this week. But practice your scripts and dialogues and get some listings. Have a good week, everyone.
What is the keyboard you put in Google?